war itself is illegal. We were told there were weapons of mass destruction. That was a lie. We were told there was an Al-Qaeda connection. Saddam Hussein was running a secular government in the Middle East. Al-Qaeda hated him as much as they hated the United States. There was no Al-Qaeda connection. We were told there was a 9/11 connection. Iraq had zero, nada to do with 9/11. We were told Iraq posed a threat to the United States. They did not pose a threat to the United States, imminent or otherwise. But that's the reason we went to war. Lie, 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 lie. Now thousands of American soldiers are now dead. Even more than that have taken their own lives by suicide. We have tens of thousands of more injured, PTSD, depleted uranium poisoning, amputations, etc. And we have over 1 million Iraqis dead, the vast majority of whom were simply innocent people trying to live their lives. The war itself is a complete lie. No longer will you commit murder in our name. No more.
This is the text from Obama's ethics agenda off of his change.org website. It was scrubbed 2 days ago from the website. Protect whistleblowers. Often the best source of information about waste, fraud, and abuse in government is an existing government employee committed to public integrity and willing to speak out. Such acts of courage and patriotism, which can sometimes save lives and often save taxpayer dollars, should be encouraged rather than stifled. We need to empower federal employees as watchdogs of wrongdoing and partners in performance. Barack Obama will strengthen whistleblower laws to protect federal workers who expose waste, fraud, and abuse of authority in government. Obama will ensure that federal agencies expedite the process for reviewing whistleblower claims, and whistleblowers have full access to court and due process. Let's use our right to address our grievances to hold him to that promise.
Thank you.
There was approximately 4 to 5 individuals in vehicle moving bodies. Your lead, Brian Lee, should take the next right. That's cruising east down the road. One more, dude. Left on station, is probably over been taken. Roger, crazy horse. Your lead, Brian Lee, just turned south on the road where all the engagements happen. Should have a van in the middle of the road with about 12 to 15 bodies.
Free Bradley Manning! Free Bradley Manning! Free Bradley Manning speaks for me! Bradley Manning should be free! Bradley Manning speaks for me! Bradley Manning should be free!
some words. But I just want to point something out real quick. You'll notice in this video, which all of us are familiar with, Apache helicopters, right? You'll notice one of the pilots' names is Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse, whatever, whatever. Crazy Horse was also held prisoner by the United States military before they murdered him. Shortly after the Apache had fought the U.S. military to defend their land, to defend their territory. You know? And the same rhetoric was used against them that the United States uses against Iraqis, Afghans, and other people who are resisting and standing up for their right to decide their future, whether it's a hard future or not, right? And so that we name this equipment used to murder people today, used to employ the same policies today. Soldiers name themselves after these heroes. And this is actually, this time period in American history is precisely where what we now call counterinsurgency developed. It developed as a military strategy by the U.S. against the Apache, right? So I just want to point that out to show how long this legacy has gone on, you know? And Bradley Manning's not the first person to see something and say something, right? But he did. And I want to point out that you know, like, it's important that we recognize the injustice of what's happening to Bradley right now, what's been happening, and what will continue to happen. But it's also important that as we recognize the way he's been abused and exploited and oppressed by the military, by the United States government, that we also don't take away his agency, right? Like, he knew there were consequences, but he also knew that something needed to happen, right? Something serious needed to happen. And he could only do as much as he could do, and he did a lot, which is great, you know what I mean? Edward Snowden's now stepped up, and now the cat's out of the bag, right? Now there's a lot of people out there being like, okay, so that's one way to fight. That's a new way to fight that we've got. So it's important that we recognize that Bradley knew what was going on, and he wanted us to know what was going on, and now we know what's going on. And now we got to do something about it. We've been needing to do something about it. A lot of people have seen this video. There's a lot of things that weren't on video. The day this video came out in the news, I was eating breakfast, getting ready to go to work, and I get a phone call from my buddy Josh Stieber, a member of Iraq Veterans Against the War. And Josh is like, dude, have you seen that video? I said, yeah, I saw that video. He said, that's my unit on the ground in that video. And I said, all right, what are we going to do about it? He said, I don't know. I said, let's write a press release. Let's get you on the news. And he was like, all right. A few days later, another guy from his unit hits him up on Facebook. He's like, Josh, I want to talk too. His name's Ethan McCord. He's been out here with us before. He's in this video. He's the guy rescuing the children from the truck, from the van that the U.S. shot up. Right? Ethan and Josh weren't even that close in Iraq. But Ethan was moved by what Josh did, that Josh had the courage to step forward and speak out about what he was seeing on the news. A couple weeks later, another guy, Ray Kirkolis, got in touch, another member of their unit. He wanted to talk too. That's how it happens, right? People step forward, they take the risk, they say, okay, my family might not like this, my buddies from my unit might not like this, some of my old friends might not like this, but I need to do this. And other people are going to like it because it needs to be done, and that's that ripple effect. So let's make sure that we keep that in mind, like that the story's not over yet. Bradley's going to be sitting in jail. We need to be out here for him, not only by setting up rallies, but also like write Bradley letters. Keep in touch. There's people who've been in jail since the late 60s in this country for their acts of resistance against some of these same policies, and people still write letters to them. They still get in touch with them. Their words and thoughts are still published. It's extremely important, no matter how long this lasts, that because we'll create now that legacy. We'll create now what's in place in 20 years if Bradley's still in jail in 20 years. It's up to us to set the standard for how the public should interact. So let's make sure that we phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, let's keep the pressure up and keep moving. And tell your friends about this. Tell them to come out, because Bradley's one dude, but he's going to be in jail for a long time. He's been in jail for a long time. And he did that not just for us, but for people around the world. It was for people all over this planet who feel this injustice. So, thanks for being out here tonight.
years ago.
50 years ago.
I was a medic at Fort Meade.
I was a medic at Fort Meade.
I knew the Vietnam War was wrong.
I knew the Vietnam War was wrong.
When the Buddhist monks were burning.
When the Buddhist monks were burning.
When the kill ratio was 40-1.
When the kill ratio was 40-1.
I should have been Bradley Manning.
I should have been Bradley Manning.
I am now Bradley Manning.
I am now Bradley Manning.
We needed amendment to the Constitution.
We needed an amendment to the Constitution.
No more slaughtering innocent people.
No more slaughtering innocent people.